Good morning, and good morning. Welcome. We got a few subjects that we need to talk about. We got a few subjects we got to talk about. Um, First, I am your host with the most, DJ K. The party, because I'm the life of the party. Also, uh, just wanted to say that I am also nasty on the ones and twos. When it comes to DJing, you know, I shuts it down. But we're gonna actually take a little bit of a direction. We're gonna still steer a little in a different direction, still involving police and still involving um, activism, but it it definitely a lot more focus on the attention of our young people. So I'll wait until a few more people get in. If you guys can hear me, let me get a one. And if you can, make sure if you're new here, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Because I do believe this subject is incredibly important. But let me know if you're if you guys can hear me okay. Hey, Dragonet Transparency. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Appreciate you being here. If anybody can share this would be great. Um, you know, I'm gonna just be honest. Sometimes when I talk, good morning, John. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I'm gonna be honest. When I talk about race, it. Some of my viewers get a little scared and veer away. I'm not gonna lie. That's some real coward shit. And I'd rather not even have you as a subscriber, seriously. Because I'm going to talk about this is my channel. Uh, this is my channel, and I'm going to be talking about different subjects. It's not all going to be about cop watching. It's going to be about what's going on in the society. It's going to be talking about race. It's going to be talking about young people. But it's going to also stick in a lot of the realms of activism. So, uh, so that does irritate me, and I just feel like that shit is fake. And just because I'm talking about uh, race, that people don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to see what he's talking about. Just get to the cop watching. No, no, no. I live in reality. Uh, um, and that's where I will remain, and we have to talk about this stuff, you know, because I want to to have a more of a broader audience to where that they can just listen to understand and not respond so much. And if they do respond, it's coming from a place of understanding. So without further ado, I'm going to be playing the video. The first subject we're going to be talking about is Black students being suspended from uh, from uh, a high school in uh, Rome, Georgia, because they had some type of heritage day and white students were bringing the Confederate flag. That flag is a treasonous flag. That flag is represents racism, racist heritage, especially to the black community and community of color. We're not going to be naive to the fact, and black students found out about it, so they wanted to plan a protest. Understand verbiage. They wanted to plan a protest. They didn't. They did not plan a protest. So they got suspended on planning a protest, not actually executing the protest. And we have to understand our young people, just because they're student doesn't mean that they have less rights than us. Okay. They have every right to protest and be allowed to use their First Amendment right to have grievances against public servants, because regardless of the fact, the principal is a public servant, especially if it's in a public school. All the staff are public servants, and they serve the students and they serve the parents uh, of of the people who pay the tax dollars. Um, so, and not only that, I just want to be clear on that. I just want to be very, very clear. Let me do Dragonet. How are you? John, how's it going? Appreciate you being here. And good morning to you. Um, let's see. Roxy, is that Roxy? No. Oh, Rook 51. How are you? Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody's uh, 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 being here and being attendant to this, because I do believe this. If they're attacking our young people, as far as silencing them because they feel like they have a grievance, then the Constitution is taking a immense beating. So, without further ado, I'm going to actually show the video, and I'm going to allow the great doctor, the host of the show, explain what happened in further detail, and then I'll go over the article. So,
white students at a Georgia school wave the Confederate flag. Black students get offended, and rightfully so, and start planning a protest to this ridiculous expression. White students have no penalty, but the plan that black students were making created penalty where they received suspension. Isn't that something? Let me take you to Rome, Georgia. After white students displayed the Confederate flag, let me remind you of the Confederate flag. Here it is. After they displayed basically this, which is a symbol for bigotry, racism, and hatred in the United States of America and beyond, black students were suspended from the high school, proving that this flag, bring it up again. Let's see the flag again, proving that that flag is still alive and well in the hearts of many. Now, I'm going to give you a lot of background to this story because it's quite insane. This is happening right here, right now. Black students were suspended from the high school for planning a protest after another group of students came to school waving a Confederate flag. You heard me right. They did not actually protest. They were planning to protest. Peaceful demonstration. The mere thinking and planning caused their suspension. Last week, a group of students at Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia, were filmed waving the Confederate flag and hurling racial slurs. Well, of course, that fits hand in glove, right? You can't, I think there's actually a rule. If you're waving the Confederate flag, you have to spout racial slurs. They were simply following the pattern of their parents. Let's be very clear about this, okay? Newsweek reported that the 4 students filmed were carrying the Confederate flag in favor of Farm Day on School Spirit Day, which led up to homecoming. They did not face any repercussions, nothing. In response, many students said the school did not do much to reprimand the students carrying the flag, and the protest was planned to bring awareness to the problem. Good for them. That's according to CBS 46 Atlanta. Local reporting, good for them. The students are standing up saying because the administration did not do what they should have done in this matter, we are going to stage a peaceful protest. However, the school administration suspended several students who were planning the protest, including white students. Student protesters told CBS 46 that only black students were suspended. Isn't that quite interesting? Isn't that something? It gets deeper. Let me show you a picture of the principal. His name is Mr. Judson Cox, okay? He's the principal. He says, excellent is the gradual result of always striving to do better. I got this off of the Floyd County Schools website, but take a good look at the guy who's in charge of the institution, okay? The administration is aware, according to the administration is aware of tomorrow's planned protest. The administrator said over the intercom before the planned demonstration. Police will be present here at the school. And if students insist on encouraging this kind of activity, they will be disciplined for encouraging unrest. Let's put his picture up again, okay? Because he's the guy in charge of this. Now, let me remind you, when you call the police to a situation, you're calling a gun.
These are children we're talking about. They're talking about, and this is what I'm saying, and which also brings up the next subject I'm going to also be talking about. School resource officers being let back into the schools of Aurora. They have a short staff, so now they're trying to have the county sheriffs be in the schools because a lot of officers this year left Aurora Police because obviously the racist practices and that they cannot abuse on people of color anymore. So they're getting upset and they're getting pissed off and they have no confidence in the chief, so they just leave. So bye, see you later. But what I'm saying is that if the black students were to actually protest, you're going to have police at the school, multiple police at the school, people with guns to deal with this situation. This man does not need to be an educator at all. If you cannot actually have a positive dialogue with children, then you don't need to be an educator. And shame on you, sir.
Never forget that. When you call the police, you're calling a gun. So he's saying that because of this planned protest, peaceful demonstration about their failure of leadership, that in order for his administration, under his leadership, in order for them to exhibit their authority, they must in fact call a gun on these primarily black students who were offended by the inaction of the administration. A gun is going to come here, multiple guns. We're going to have police here. Does it remind you of anything? It gets deeper. 2 white students participating in the Friday protest were not suspended, even though they claim to be as disruptive as the black students. That's according to CBS. In Floyd County, which includes this high school, 8% of black students were suspended, the highest percentage of any race based on the reporting of CBS. According to county data that we've been able to retrieve, Floyd County is made up of 70% white, 14% black, and about 8% Hispanic. We will let you know if there's an update to this story, but once again, we see an isolated incident of racial insensitivity and racism being displayed by students. These students learn this behavior from their parents, from their own community, make no mistake about it. And then that personal experience that should have been an isolated incident connects to the systemic structure of racism and bias in the United States through our educational system. The administrators suspended the black kids who dared to
Let's get along
object
here. How you doing, buddy?
to this, and then threatened to have the police called on them if they engaged in a peaceful protest at the school. Wow. Ms. Khan, you see this story, what are your thoughts?
There is a lot going on here. There's a lot of levels to it. I like that you did call attention to the fact that these students were simply planning a protest. They didn't actually execute the protest yet, and they were still punished for it by suspension, which is a huge deal. We talk about systemic issues in this country. We talk about systemic racism. We talk about the school to prison pipeline and how it starts. More importantly, though, right now we're seeing some kind of justice attempting to be played out against the January 6th insurrectionists. And if you look at the bigger picture, you see people who are entitled to what they think is their right to protest or insurrect or whatever the case is. And the level of entitlement that they don't think that they're going to be penalized for it is staggering. And the fact that it's been almost a year since that insurrection and they still haven't been punished for it, at least not on the scale that many of us would hope for.
Right.
It's setting a precedent at several different levels of society. Once something like that is out in the world, once something like that happens in our country and the perpetrators get away with it, you're going to start to see things like this continue to happen in the country. And what we're seeing in Georgia right now seems like a really strange echo of what we saw on January 6th and the proceedings afterwards.
Very well said. And I know people, after we post this on social media and beyond, they will hit me up saying the Confederate flag is about history. No, it's not just about history. It's about a particular brand of history. It's about the history of bigotry, racism, and slavery. It is not about states' rights. It is about the right of the state to continue in the industry of slavery. Let's be very clear about what it is. And overall, the Confederate issue was an issue committing treason against the United States of America. I don't know where else we would tolerate a treasonous uprising and celebrate it as we do, except when racism like this is attached. Isn't that something? White students.
So I encourage everybody to go to TYT Indisputable and the great Dr. Rashad. Please subscribe to his channel. He does really, really great work, and oh my goodness, he's a wealth of information. And he's also a professor. He's actually an educator. But he also has his own show on this. I encourage everybody to go subscribe to that brother's channel, because he does a lot of great work. Okay, let's get into it, because you already know, I don't tolerate shit like this. I don't tolerate people bullying children. I don't like bullies, but when you bully children, that's gonna be that's a step way too far. You know what I'm saying? And a step way too far, and that's just something that I'm not willing to tolerate. So let's get into it. Coastal High School students claim that they were suspended for planning a protest of rebel flag in Rome, Georgia. The story is also brought to us by CBS 46. In Georgia, students were caught on camera recently waving a rebel flag in Coastal High School in Rome in Floyd County. Fellow classmates who are upset about the flag plan protest. The school's administration announced the students would not be allowed to protest, and students and their parents, they were suspended for planning protests against racism. I feel, and this is quote, I feel the Confederate flag should not be flown at all. It is a racist symbol and it makes me feel disrespected, said student organizer Jalen Murray, who says 4 students were flying the flag on Spirit Day called Farm Day. And this is where the hypocrisy comes and just willful ignorance, because they're clearly showing the shit in front of the damn camera. They're antagonizing, they're being intimidating, but those students don't get suspended though. But the students who plan, not actually exercise their First Amendment right, actually get suspended. And not only that, the white students who wanted to be allies to those black students don't even get suspended. It's clear, guys. It's clear racism. Clear racism. And if I was the parent of those students, yeah, a lawsuit would be definitely filed. They should do a huge lawsuit. All those parents should plan to do a huge lawsuit and sue the shit out of that damn school. Let's finish. I felt really disrespected how the school didn't do anything about it, and we are not allowed to wear BLM, Black Lives Matter, stuff, which is also a hypocrisy. Stuff, and they are allowed to carry a racist flag around, and student organizer Desea Fan, Maury and Fan said they began making plans to protest against racism after the administration did not discipline the students who were flying the Confederate flag and allegedly spewing racial slurs against black students. A parent provided CBS 46, CBS 46, who recording of an announcement over the school intercom Thursday, where a school administrator warned students they would be punished if they tried to protest. Punished. That's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. Black students, along with white and Hispanic students, went to the front office as requested to talk to administrators about the protest plans and had over plans and hand over any flyers promoting it. Students tell CBS 46 that they began to argue with administrators about the lack of disciplinary action taken against the students using racial slurs. The black students say they were suspended. Some white students tell CBS 446 or CBS 46 they were disruptive and argumentative with administrators, but they were not suspended. Only black students, according to the student protesters. By Friday, they joined together to protest outside the school throughout the day. Most of them were suspended. Others chose to skip with the permission and support of their parents. All the African Americans, they suspended them. This is quote by CBS 46. All the African American all the African Americans, they suspended them. They didn't suspend them. And they didn't suspend them. I'm sorry. Leanne Huckabee said, while pointing to white and Hispanic students who were skipping school to protest unequal treatment, they didn't suspend me, and I was yelling and loud. And it's because I'm white. So that's from one of the white students, protesters who clearly were in alliance with the black students, and she said she was loud and all that type stuff, but she didn't get suspended. Quote again, we're not allowed to wear Black Lives Matter shirts or the LGBTQ flag, but but kids can have Confederate flags, and they can have they have said nothing. Uh, Reported by CBS 46. Parents brought the students water, ice, and food throughout the day and helped monitor and the demonstration. Several black parents told CBS 46 there were notified about the suspensions by sheriff deputies coming to their homes. One parent said an officer pulled her over while she was driving to inform her daughter was being suspended. What the fuck? So wait a minute. You pull me over to so that's illegal as fuck. So you're gonna pull me over just to tell me my daughter's getting suspended? But I didn't commit any traffic offenses or break any laws? Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here. This is the letter and the principal and sheriff handed delivered to me at my house, one parent said. The mother say their children suffer emotional distress from being called racial slurs at school. Uh, Lakeisha Morgan says the three children were suspended from planning to participate in the protest. She says she has complained to COSA high school administrators repeatedly and about racially and discriminatory remarks said to her children from other students. She says administrators say they are looking into it, but she hasn't seen the students responsible be suspended. Floyd County schools officials and communication teams did not return several calls from CBS 46 made requesting an explanation on Friday. Parents say the issue is widespread. State Board of Education data breaks down suspension rates by race, race ethnicity. In 2020, in Floyd County schools, black students held an 8% suspension rate, and the highest group, 6%, were students from two or more races. 4% were white students. And 2% were Hispanic students. The parents say that say they're upset. Their problems have gone unresolved for so long, and now their kids will have to miss homecoming because of the suspension that extends from October 8th to through October 22nd. Okay, guys, y'all know what we got to do. Y'all know what we got to do. We got to call the school. So I want one of my mods, if you can. So the school number is 706-236-1870. Okay, we're going to be calling that school. I want every fucking body to be calling this school. Blow that fucking school line up, okay? Because this is completely racist, intolerable, and disgusting to do this to our young babies, and even the people who support the people of color. They're also being ridiculed, but they're not being suspended like their black counterparts. So again, somebody put the number up: 706-236-1870. We're going to be calling right now because I don't play that shit. Somebody put it up in the comment section, please.
Thank you for calling Coosa High School, home of the Eagle. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it now. Otherwise, please choose one of the following options. For the Media Center, press 1. For the registrar, press 2. For the bookkeeper, press 3. For the cafeteria, press 4. For the school counselor, press 5. For the school social worker, press 6. For our dial by name directory, press 7. For all other inquiries, please press 0. Your call is being forwarded to a Mitel voicemail system.
What?
Charmin Putnam is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up.
Oh no, fuck that. Nope. You're gonna answer. You're gonna answer this goddamn phone.
Thank you for calling
Not playing that shit.
home of the Eagles. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it now. Otherwise, please choose one of the following options. For the media center, press 1. For the registrar, press 2.
Somebody put the phone number up, please. Phone number is 706-236-1870. That's again 706-236-1870.
Your call is being forwarded to a Mitel voicemail system. Charmin Putnam is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Yeah, I'm not playing that shit. Oh no. It's funny that they're not answering the phone, guys.
For the bookkeeper, press 3. For the cafeteria, press 4. Your call is being forwarded to a Mitel voicemail system.
This is bullshit.
Extension 1949 is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional.
This is crazy. What if somebody needed to get a hold of their child and they're not answering the fucking phone? This is ridiculous. Whoa. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. They have to know that they're getting phone calls about this shit. They have to.
Know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it now. Otherwise, please choose one of the following options. For the media center, press 1. For the registrar, press 2. For the bookkeeper, press 3. For the cafeteria, press 4. For the school counselor, press 5. For the school social worker, press 6. For our dial by name directory, press 7. For all other inquiries, please press
Let's try the school counselor.
Your call is being forwarded
This is
to a Mitel
ridiculous,
voicemail
man.
system.
This is
Extension
absolutely fucking ridiculous.
1968 is not available. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
No.
School, home of the Eagles. If you know your party's 4-digit extension, you may dial it now. Otherwise, please choose one of the following options. For the
I appreciate you. Yeah, that's the phone number right there.
Your call is being forwarded to
Wow.
a Mitel voicemail.
Just wow. All right, we're gonna try to find the county for the that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to find the county. Because they're clearly not answering the phone. That's sad. That's very sad. You gotta be shitting me. Okay, Floyd County Schools. Okay. Floyd County Schools. And yes, in Georgia. All right, guys. So, all right, I will give out another number. This number is 706 234 1031. And this is the Floyd County School District. Let's go ahead and call them, see what they have to say.
Floyd County Schools.
Hello. Who am I speaking with?
Hi. This is Miss Williams, front reception.
Oh, okay. Can I speak to the administrator, somebody from administration?
Okay. Do you mind if I ask what it's about so I can try and get you to the correct person?
I just don't want to go to a voicemail. I want to actually speak to somebody.
Okay. It's lunchtime, so I'll have to see if I can get you through to someone.
Yeah, I just don't want to be going to a voicemail or anything like that. I want to actually speak to a human being.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask what it's about?
Yes. And I'm just gonna further warn you, you are gonna be getting a lot of phone calls. There was a situation that happened where Black students were planning to protest because there were white students who had a Confederate flag. Several white students who had a Confederate flag in Cosa High School, and they were waving in front of the camera, and nothing was done about the white students' behavior. The Black students planned, but did not actually go through with it as far as protesting, which they're allowed to do. It's their First Amendment right. And not only that, it's in a public establishment. And the Floyd County schools, they are public, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I just want to make that clear. So yeah, they plan to protest. They get suspended for not even protesting. They were planning to protest. And so now they get to miss homecoming, they get to miss social events, which is completely unfair. It's absolutely not fair. And you know, just because they're students doesn't mean that they're restricted of any type of rights. Understand that you guys have policies and procedures, but I do feel it is a bit of a hypocrite as far as white students allowing to bring a Confederate flag, which is actually a treasonous flag. It's not heritage. I don't care what anybody says. That's a treasonous flag. I don't know why they would want to bring a flag to school that a flag was clearly that particular side of the team clearly claimed treason against the United States of America. And it's a racial flag, a racist flag, to intimidate and also say racial slurs to students, but they were never disciplined on it. But black students, for defending themselves, and I applaud them heavily, get in trouble and suspended. And then not only that, a sheriff in you guys' county pulls over a parent, not for a traffic violation, not for committing a crime, but to simply tell her that their student is getting suspended. Completely unconstitutional. You're not allowed to pull over a vehicle unless that person has committed a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime, or committing a traffic infraction. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of phone calls because we are not happy about this. This is completely disgusting, and I don't like it. And something needs to be done about it, and something needs to be done about it right now. Are you aware of the situation?
Some of it, yes.
You said some of it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I just, it's not okay. And then I'm calling the school itself. They don't answer the phone, which is absolutely asinine, because what if a parent needed to get a hold of their student for anything and they're not answering the phones? Is that normal?
No.
They're not answering the phones at all. Not the counselor, not not the administrative assistant. Nobody's answering the phones.
Okay, I'll have to look into that and see what's going on with that.
That's a huge safety and security risk. If I need to get a hold of my child at that school and I'm not able to get a hold of them, which I'm not able to get a hold of them, what? Really? That does not make me feel any safer. And school is supposed to be a symbol of a safe place for children to go, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how would you feel if you were trying to get a hold of your child and you couldn't, and nobody at the school answered the phone? How would that make you feel?
I understand, sir. I'm gonna look into that. I'm glad you made me aware of it.
Okay. And hold on, and just to make sure I have the right number, because you guys answered the phone just fine. What was that number? To make sure, because I want to make sure, I want to be clear if I'm calling the right number here. It was 706-236-1870. That's the correct number, right? Yeah, nobody's answering the phone.
Okay, I'll finally look into that and see what the deal is with that.
So now I'm like, okay, what is really going on at that school?
Well, if you would like, I can try to transfer you to someone. Like I said, it is lunchtime. I'm not sure who all's in, but I will try to transfer you to someone.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. I said I can try to transfer you to someone. It is lunchtime here, so I'm not sure who all is in their office right now, but I will try to transfer you if you'd like to speak to someone.
That's fine. Yeah, I just, I at least want to at least have somebody hear my grievances. This is completely unacceptable. And I'm just letting you know, I'm forewarning you will be receiving a lot of phone calls from a lot of upset parents. And not only that, you guys are subject to lawsuits for this. If you stop somebody's First Amendment right, whether they're a child or not, especially on a public establishment, that's not even private, it's a public establishment, that's a huge lawsuit. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. All right. Well, I will transfer you now if you'd like.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now you heard it for
Your call
yourself.
is being forwarded to a Mitel voicemail system.
Robin Borders
Is in a meeting. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Yes. I just want to know what is the update on The certain situation as far as COSA High School, located in Rome, Georgia, located in you guys' county. There were black students being suspended unreasonably, unethically, and unconstitutionally because they wanted to practice their First Amendment rights, which they didn't even exercise because they were suspended before they can do that. Because of other people, because of white people trying to bring a Confederate flag to school, waving it in front of cameras, and also intimidating other people of color that also have to go to that school. And there's nothing being done about it, but the students that planned the protest but did not protest were suspended. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna get a shitload of phone calls because people and parents are fucking upset, and you guys need to do something about it. And not only that, to be completely honest, your school, your high school that's doing this and violating people's rights are not even answering the phones. So if I were to call to speak to my son or my daughter at that particular school, I'm not able to get a hold of them because they're not picking up the fucking phone. So you guys need to do something about it, and you guys need to do something about it right goddamn now. And trust me, you will have people calling and blowing up your phone, letting you know this is completely not right. And the way you doing our students like this is completely disgusting. Fix it and fix the shit now. All right, guys. I did my due diligence. I pray that you guys do your due diligence as well. You know, as far as these young babies having to go through this bullshit, and then they're not even picking up the phone, that is not normal. I'm gonna be pissed if I try to get a hold of my child and the school's not picking up the phone. Oh yeah, my ass is marching up there. I don't give a shit if I'm working or not. I'm leaving my goddamn job and I'm going up there to attend to my child. If you can't get a hold of them through the phone number, you need to send them an email. Let me see if we have that available. Let's see. Or you can visit their website at the you know, it's really disgusting how they want to tuck their tail and run. Yeah, the people are pissed off. And we're not going to tolerate this bullshit. Good morning, Too Tall. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so that's our first segment of the show. We're going to begin our second segment. That pissed me off. That pissed me off because when I get really sensitive when people mess with kids, man. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit at all. We're still going to stay on somewhat of the same topic, but thank you. Appreciate you. We're going to stay on the same topic, but veer a little differently. The second topic we're going to talk about is SROs being in the school. Do you want it? Do you like it? Do you feel that they shouldn't be in the school? We're going to go to that particular video here in a second. We're gonna remove this. Share. There you go. And then we're going to go to the next subject. So, Aurora Police and Arapahoe County sheriffs are teaming up to fill in the gaps as far as making sure school resource officers are in the schools. My personal stance, I don't want SROs in the schools. I don't think people with guns should be dealing with children. Just my opinion. And I feel that it's a factual opinion. I think there needs to be more mental health professionals there, more counselors, more therapists, more psychotherapists, just so they know how to direct their energy and provide them tools to handle certain situation and problem solving skills as young people. You can't do that with somebody who has a fucking gun on their hip. As far as forcing them to behave or whatever. I mean, damn, I'm a parent and I don't have a fucking gun on my hip to force my child to behave. I actually have dialogue with my child, and I break down certain scenarios and different problem solving techniques. And not only that, not anyone's business, but I do believe in therapy, and I do believe, and my child is in therapy to be proactive, so he knows how to problem solve and channel his emotions properly, so he can execute a goal of positivity when it comes to his other counterparts or his other constituents or his other friends as far as problem solving. So without further ado, here's the video.
Police department tries to recruit and retain officers. They are still dealing with staffing problems.
Now, the department has lost more than 150 officers since the beginning of 2020.
Wait a minute.
And now the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is stepping in to take over school resource.
Sorry, hold on. Wait a minute. Sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Shit. Boom. Which one is it? This one. Sorry about that, guys. All right, can everybody see the screen? Okay, all right. Everybody should be able to see it now.
Aurora Police Department tries to recruit and retain officers. They are still dealing with staffing problems.
And the department has lost more than 150 officers since the beginning of 2020. And now the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is stepping in to take over school resource officer duties at local schools.
Today, Denver 7 CB Cotton sat down with Chief Vanessa Wilson for an exclusive interview.
Oh, Chief Vanessa Wilson.
Beatrice Quintana wants students to feel safe and secure.
We can make sure you're safe.
Not just in where they go.
Do you get picked up over here?
But in what they do and who they are.
Are you on the swimming team?
So her 16-year career in law enforcement has brought her here.
Have a good day, guys.
As a school resource officer, or SRO, for the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office.
We want to have that relationship with the students and the community in general.
Law enforcement leaders saying they want the same thing.
This was really just, Sheriff Brown reaching out and saying, I know you're having staffing issues. And
now, speaking of Sheriff Brown, the same Sheriff Brown that was at the bar fighting, we want this motherfucker to come up with ideas. First of all, he shouldn't even be fucking sheriff. He's over here bar fighting because somebody was trying to holler at his wife, and he got insecure, and tried to hem up somebody for literally trying to mack his wife down. Verbally, and he got upset, and so he started putting a hold on the some type of hold on the dude, and he got his ass whooped at the bar. So we want this sheriff to be and his staff to be intertwined with our children. I think not.
We want to make sure that we're covering the schools.
What we're doing is we're just continuing the good work that the Aurora SROs have put into those buildings and allowing them to prioritize staffing.
Beginning November 1st, 6 SROs from the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office will be placed in schools previously covered by the Aurora Police Department.
Whereas before we had 2 SROs that would float through those 3 schools and make sure that they would be able to be dispatched there, or they could be called by staff.
Grandview is one of 3 high schools in the Cherry Creek School District that will soon be outfitted with SROs from the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. But Chief Vanessa Wilson says her goal is to get her officers back in these schools. Since January 2020, the department has lost over 150 officers, and staffing within Aurora Police has hit a critical point. Just last week, the city reported officers have already surpassed more than 6,600 hours of overtime so far this year, costing nearly $300,000.
And honestly, it's going to take us some time to get our staffing back up, but once we can, we're definitely the school resource officers will be replaced.
Please.
Sheriff Tyler Brown says each of the 3 campuses receiving Arapahoe County SROs have at least 2,000 students.
I think the importance of having 2 SROs in each one of these schools is they're small cities. These young adults that are going to school are dealing with a lot of the same issues that we're dealing with.
The partnership set to last through January 1st, but both leaders.
First of all, it's not a small city. I would have to disagree. We are the largest city. We're the 2nd largest city in Colorado in general. So that would be incorrect. We have about 400,000 residents and counting. So he would be incorrect. He doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
Say there's flexibility to adjust plans.
If we're welcomed into the schools, we want to be there. We want to come back. This is a temporary fix until our staffing is back to where it is.
CB Cotton, Denver 7.
And tonight, Aurora Mayor Mike Kaufman is...
Which is a piece of shit. Look at his damn nose. His nose is even shaped as a piece of shit. Mayor Mike Kaufman is a disgusting human being, and I can't wait until the next re-election of so we can kick his ass out, because he hasn't did anything for fucking Aurora at all.
Thanking Arapahoe County for its help. He adds, quote, "It's important that school resource officer positions at all of Aurora's school districts are adequately staffed." Now, staffing's been one of multiple issues facing APD since Chief Wilson took over. In September, state investigators found Aurora officers more often arrested and used force against the city's Black residents. Now, the period of time investigated was before Chief Wilson took over. And earlier this month, officers voted overwhelmingly no confidence in Chief Wilson. And that came after Wilson opened an internal investigation and placed an officer on leave for using force on a Black man during a traffic stop last May. Following that vote.
But you want fucking SROs in the school. Okay. You want SROs in the school, but you see this bullshit. Pistol whip, tased. Not only that, but they cut the 17-year-old student out, and it was a sergeant who fucking did it. And then an officer also groped that same 17-year-old's breast. You got to be shitting me. Also, I will be putting up in the link if anybody wants to discuss this. I'll put it in the comment section. You're more than welcome to come and state your thoughts on this. This is the so more than welcome to come up if you want to. So back to the video.
City managers and other elected leaders came to Wilson's defense, expressing support for their chief of police.
Of course they did. Again, I think disgusting. Again, guys, like this is this is what I'm talking about. You know, I wanted to shine a light on these two subjects because I felt that they were important. And to have a better context on what our children are really dealing with. I mean, they already have to deal with everyday life and just growing up and trying to figure it out, and now they have these fucking SROs and school, which means school resource officers, having to deal with people with guns, dealing with them. Heather, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Let's see. Diesel for We the People News. How you doing, Diesel, for We the People News? It says we the people mean to learn how to notice of liability and go after these people as men and women that are in capacity of government officials. Yes, as far as holding them accountable. And when we're talking about going after them, we don't mean anything as far as violence or anything like that. We're just sick of this shit. We're sick of this shit. We're trying to hold you accountable. Before some other Americans ain't really right in the head and they do start using violence. We're that middleman to try to keep that peace. We're that middleman to tell you, hey, you shouldn't be doing this shit. You shouldn't be violating people's rights, or this is going to happen. Because there's some people out there that ain't right in the head, and they don't give two motherfucks, and they'll burn some shit down to the ground. So we're trying to prevent that. We're trying to create change. We're trying to create better policies, administer better bills so they can be signed into law. So, yeah. So that's just what it is. Guys, if you like what we do here on my channel, DJ K the Party, please, if you can, show your support. If you can donate, whatever you can, at $DJ KDOT123 at my Cash App, and you'll notice it here at the bottom. Throw a couple of dollars in there so we can create better content. We can have better materials. Because you guys deserve that, but I can't do what I do without you guys, and I do appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Was this a tough discussion of a show today? Yes, it was. Was it completely different in what I usually talk about? Yes, it is, but it's in the context of activism, and we have to have those hard conversations. We have to have those mirror conversations and basically looking at yourselves and what are you doing to prevent that? What are you doing to contribute toward the betterment of life, of your life, your children's life, and other people's lives? Can you look yourself in the mirror every day? I know I can. I can look myself in the mirror every day because I've done my part. I don't care to get recognition or rewards or anything like that. I don't care about that stuff. I just simply want the people in my community to live a better life. Simple as that. Even if you don't look like me as far as the color of my skin, I still want you to have the best life and live the best life and treat other people with kindness and respect. Now, you know me. I'm with the shits. You know I'm with the shits. If you start with me, I'm going to finish it. And thank you, Dragonette. I appreciate it. And please go support her channel. She does really, really great work. She's inspiring cop watchers. She's new on the scene as far as cop watching, and she does really, really good work. Please go support her. And she needs y'all support, man. We need more cop watchers out there. We need more people holding other people accountable. And I just want to say thank you, Dragonet Transparency, for fighting for my rights. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, you know, even if you guys are not necessarily about that life as far as fighting for other people's rights, at least be an advocate for supporting them. You know, share the videos, educate more people on it, and just be genuine. You know, just treat people right. You know, treat people right, man. Treat people right. Yesterday, things got a little heated last night. I don't know if you seen my live video. I suggest you go ahead and see it. And I got his name wrong. It's not Delta Media, it's Delta Studios. And we had a little back and forth yesterday through the comment section. And in one of my videos. So I'm still issuing that big smoke. So I will be having. I hope you guys don't miss that show. Now, again, I can't make them come and talk to me. I can't make them come to me if they want to air their grievances out about my behavior when it comes to activism and the 1A community. I can't make them come to me. But if they don't come, then you know they're cowards. And here's the stipulation, Dragon Studio. That's what his name. Dragon Delta Studio. You got to show your face. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to address me like a man, I'm going to need you to show your face. And don't be a coward. And when I schooled his ass last night in the comment section, he ain't had nothing else to say. He was real quiet. The thing is, the people that I have an issue with is the people. If you're a straight hater, be a straight hater. Be a troll all the way. You know what I'm saying? I would respect if you're a straight troll, but don't flip flop. You can't be a bootlicker and an activist at the same time. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You can't be hot and cold. You know, you just can't. Thank you, Eric Russell. I appreciate it. Same to you as well, brother. Appreciate you. God bless you. But the reason why I'm having the Big Smoke channel is because I don't run away from trolls. I block them because they're non and void. I don't give a shit. My direct, I want to speak to the people who actually want to listen and actually want to have a change in the community. Because at the end of the day, all they're doing is talking. The trolls are just talking. They have nothing else to do but just to hate. They suck at life. They suck at doing anything. Those are the type of people that can't look themselves in the mirror every day. Those are the people that probably abuse their own family members and friends. So I want to give them an opportunity now. Instead of doing that, I'm going to give them an opportunity to speak their mind. If you have an issue with how I audit, and I clearly don't give a fuck, and I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't. I just don't. Anybody that's been watching my channel from beginning to end, I don't give a shit. But what I do give a shit, I don't care how you feel about me, because that's none of my business. That's your business. That's something that you have to deal with, about you not liking me. That's something that you have to deal with. That's something that you're imprisoned by. That's a sad life. It's a real sad life. Really is. So what I'm saying is, what I do care about is my community. That's who I care about. Who I care about is we the people. That's who I care about. That's who I care about. Who I also care about is the children that are going to be eventually running this country one day. Those are the people that I care about. Unnecessary gun violence in my neighborhood. I got to get with these young babies. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that I do behind the scenes that I don't even speak of because I just do the work. I don't care about notoriety or recognition. I do the work. I do the work. You know, while people are sleeping, I'm out there auditing, making sure that they can sleep better at night. I'm willing to take that sacrifice. I'm willing to go to jail to help protect other citizens' rights. You damn right. And I did go to jail. My last arrest, I got arrested helping to protect that citizen because at the end of the day, they might have not liked my behavior when I dealt with the police, as far as me, quote unquote, de-escalating the situation, which is not my job to de-escalate shit. It's not my job to be a professional human being. But it is their job to be a professional police officer, a professional public servant. Because the reason why they have that badge is because of public trust. The public trusts you to do the right thing, to treat people with kindness and respect, not with ego and this romanization of authority. That's what I'm talking about. We have to realize we have to come together as people, all people, black, white, purple, it doesn't matter. And really realize there is a sinister culture out there who is trying to attack us, and those are the government, the corrupt government officials. Okay, pay attention to the ground. I didn't say all government officials. I said corrupt government officials. Because there are some people who are in there who are trying to do the work of the people. So I just, do better. Do better. But again, don't miss Sunday's show. It's called Big Smoke. And I will be addressing and welcoming any opposers who challenge my ideology. And I'll be more than happy to demolish them. But here's a stipulation. You must show your face or you don't get on the show. Simple as that. So anybody, that's a disclaimer right now. I'm making that very clear. You do not get on the show unless you show your face. K-Dot runs from no one. No one and nobody. I don't live in an oppressed mind state anymore. I'm a free human being who I have inalienable rights, who practice those rights, which are protected by the Constitution. So, if there's nothing more, I'll give a few more minutes if anybody else wants to comment on what I discussed today. I think today was a really good show. I really believe today was a really good show. You're more than welcome to come up, say to say your piece, or not say your piece. That's fine. Just know, I appreciate you guys. Again, please support my channel if you can, only if you can. Go to my Cash App at $DJ KDOT 123. Okay, it's right here in the banner right here below you. I would appreciate it if you support my channel so we can educate more people. Like I said, I am working on a podcast. I just got clearance on which I'm really excited. Just got clearance from another activist who I look up to immensely, Mr. Omar Montgomery. we had a conversation yesterday, and he's going to allow me to use his place as far as educating other community members on their rights and how to interact with police. So I'm really, really excited about that, guys, because but it's not going to be a boring, drawn out, uninteresting. No, we're going to have fun with it. We're definitely going to have fun with it. And what human beings like most is good food and music. So we're going to provide that to them. I'm going to try to get a grant from you for food. If you guys can help me with that as well, because we really get to, and I want to take this on the road. Like, I want to educate more and more people on their rights and the laws. And not only that, my attorney is going to be assisting me with those and putting that together. Milo Schwab, which is an awesome human being. Fuck attorney. He's an awesome human being, and I appreciate him for defending me in some of these cases. So he's going to be helping me with educating people about their rights. So I guess there's nothing else, man. So I appreciate everybody for being here today. Thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for supporting me the way you guys do. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, I appreciate you guys. It's your boy DJ K Dot, and I'm signing out. Always love. 1.